Hey everyone, welcome back to Quarantine with Rosh. Today's guest started his international career in 2002, and he's been in all the seasons of IPL in various different IPL teams. He's also made history by leading Gujarat to its first Ranji title. So today's guest is Parthiv Patel. Hi Parthiv ji, how are you?
Good, thanks. Hi, Roshni. How are you?
I'm doing well. How has this quarantine been treating you so far?
Yeah, it's been kind of a blessing in disguise for me. I've never got the chance of spending so much time at home with family and stuff. Yeah, but now, just slightly bored now. I want to get out on the field and try and do some work.
Yeah, I guess it's almost going to be a month of this. I think at this point, everyone's kind of like, they just want to move on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's almost 38 days now here.
yeah. So how is everyone at home? Everyone's been doing well.
Yeah. Everyone's safe. Everyone's fine. Thank you.
What other things have you been doing to kind of occupy this time lately?
Mostly, I've been spending a lot of time with my daughter. I haven't got the chance of, actually knowing her and spending a lot of
Yeah,
time with her. She's 8, so, I've been doing that. Plus helping my wife and my mom in the kitchen as well. Yeah, I've always liked cooking, but I've
okay.
never got the chance of,
Yeah,
going in the kitchen and spend time. So been doing that, cooking some food, been training. I've got few stuff here at home. I've been following RCB trainer has given me the day-to-day training
yeah,
program. So been training a lot. Actually, I've been actually training at least 3 hours. Maybe there are two thoughts into it, just to get fitter and I can kill the time as well, both
yeah,
together. So
yeah,
so been making sure that I've been training well and all sort of things. Everyone's like try and read books. I've done a course on doing a course on media and broadcasting as well on online.
Okay.
And that's something which post retirement or just thinking ahead. If I've done a commentary for Star during
Yeah,
World Cup and stuff.
yeah.
So that's something which I'm looking forward to it once I retire. So when I'm just making use of this time.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's really nice. Have you been watching any movies or shows? Are you a big buff for movies or
Yeah,
anything like that?
movies. We've seen a lot of movies. We've seen a lot of shows. Almost everything. Saw Money Heist 4 finished. We started with Manifest. It was which
Yeah.
finished se- 2 seasons of that. And now we are watching Mentalist. It just came in by just something. We've seen
Yeah.
all the Indian shows and stuff, and watching movies as well. So I mean that's probably the best time pass to do.
Yeah, exactly. So let's move on a little bit to your childhood. So when did you start playing cricket?
I in fact started playing cricket when I was 9.
Okay.
Actually, and I went to a college ground. Just my dad took me to a college ground where a coaching camp was going
Hmm.
on. I was thinking I was just spending too much time playing cricket in the
Yeah.
society and the old city. So I thought it'll be good just in case for a couple of hours he goes and going have a cricket coaching, like a proper coaching thing. So I actually started playing when I was 9.
Okay. And then what was your least favorite subject in school?
Honestly, now if I look at it, I never liked maths,
Okay.
and it has I never enjoyed doing all those sums and everything. But now if I see myself as a captain of the side when I'm counting on the ground and stuff, I sometimes you have to look for the run rates and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
how many runs needed and all of that. So the
Yeah.
overs we have to keep in mind and all of that. So if I look back, I never liked maths, but now I think I'm more into numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
But maths, I hate it.
I think it's really funny because I mean a lot of people have told me that math is their least favorite subject, and in America, being an Indian, and especially I am Gujarati as well, it's like if you're Indian Gujarati, you have to be good at maths. If you're not
Yeah,
good at maths, it's like something is
exactly.
wrong with you.
Yeah,
Here it's like
exactly.
even in school, like everyone, even the
Mm.
professors, they expect more from you because you're Indian.
Yeah,
So it's really funny.
yeah.
And then क्रिकेट के लिए कितनी बार क्लास बंक होती थी?
क्रिकेट के लिए तो बहुत बार बंक करना पड़ता था, क्योंकि एक्चुअली अब बंक नहीं कह सकते, क्योंकि मैं जो स्कूल में
Not
पढ़ता था.
related to like actual matches you have to skip for, but ऐसे ही गली क्रिकेट के लिए या for fun.
नहीं, नॉट फॉर गली क्रिकेट, क्योंकि मैं ऐसी स्कूल में पढ़ रहा था जहाँ पे क्रिकेट को बहुत प्रमोट करते थे,
Okay.
क्रिकेटर्स को बहुत हेल्प करते थे, पढ़ाई में भी हेल्प करते थे और प्रैक्टिस भी जाने देते थे. हमारी स्कूल में से बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो गुजरात के लिए रणजी ट्रॉफी खेले हैं. जो कुछ तो एक टाइम पे ऐसा था कि 6-7 लोग हमारी स्कूल के थे जो रणजी ट्रॉफी करंट टीम में खेलते थे. तो स्कूल पहले से ही क्रिकेट को सपोर्ट करती थी, और तो इसलिए बंक कभी नहीं करना पड़ा. लेकिन हमारा जैसे दोपहर का प्रैक्टिस होता था 2:30 बजे का, तो वो हमें 2 क्लास पढ़ के जाने देते थे. बोलते थे आप जाओ, आप लोग का क्रिकेट ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है अभी, लेकिन जब स्टडी का टाइम होगा तभी हम आपको एक्स्ट्रा क्लासेस करवा देंगे, लेकिन प्रैक्टिस स्किप मत करो.
Okay. So फिर let's move on a little bit to the cricket side. So won in 2002, being the youngest wicket-keeper to make Test debut. So how did that feel? Mentally prepare karna. You were going to be going to England to play against England. So वो कैसा situation था?
See, obviously, when you're 17 and when you're making your debut, you don't have any baggage to carry with you. You don't think about. There are no expectations. So I was told that I'm going as a second wicket keeper just to understudy Ajay Ratra, and they're trying to give me more experience so that in a couple of years time I can become better. I can play for India and become better player. So that there were no thoughts. It was just when I got selected for the first time, it felt like that that my goal is achieved. Everyone who's playing under 14s or under 16s or under 19, everyone want to first play Ranji Trophy and then play for India. So for me, directly going into being test squad it felt like I'm living a dream. And look, it's very honestly, everyone doesn't get the chance to play for India. Hardly 300 guys have played for India. So it's definitely a lot of honor to represent India. But yeah, I went there without any expectations.
Do you think though, now current day cricket, that, when players do make their debut, they do have more expectations, or they do feel more pressure? Do you think there is a change?
Pressure will always be there. See, when you're representing your country, irrespective of which country you're playing for, when you're doing that, the pressure will always be there. But I certainly feel that nowadays players are more prepared, because if you look at the gap between Ranji Trophy and international cricket was huge before IPL came in. So now that IPL is in the picture, everyone is used to playing with international players and stars and all of that. They play under the scanner, off cameras, off media and everything. So they are okay to handle that international pressure. If you're playing an IPL game, the preparation and the pressure and everything is almost as good as playing an international game. So players are that way covered. And as I said, everyone has that fear has gone with now that BCCI especially they arrange a lot of shadow tours of Indian team, where if Indian team is going to Australia, they make sure that India A team goes to Australia a month before. So there are a lot of guys go, and they're well prepared. Basically, I would say the players are well prepared and well equipped to pressure handle now.
Yeah, definitely. So now 2004, that test match in Rawalpindi against Pakistan. So tell me kind of how that situation was, kind of what the conversation was going on between you and Rahul sir while you guys were batting, because you guys were batting for a long time. I mean, I think you nearly played almost 200 balls and he almost played 500 balls, during his part. So kind of what was the conversation going on? What were you guys kind of discussing?
See, honestly, I wasn't told that I was going to open till the tea time. That's been because Saurabh was coming back. It wasn't sure who's going to open. So it was something new for me, but I was up to the challenge. Sehwag got out on first ball, and Shoaib Akhtar and Mohammad Sami, they were bowling quick. So we were just chatting about, just to see off a new ball, and then, wicket's going to get flatter. So just try and play as solid as possible. And see, I remember on the first day we had to play 10 overs, and while walking back with Rahul Bhai, he was like, just don't worry about runs in the morning. Just see off first 5-10 overs, and then wicket's going to get easier. So the Kookaburra ball also will lose its shine, and it'll be easier for you to play. So
Mhm.
that is what I was thinking. I wasn't worrying about runs or anything. And playing with Rahul Bhai also makes a big difference. The way solid he looks and the kind of the way he was leaving the ball, that
Yeah.
also gave me a lot of confidence. But
Mhm.
yeah, it was obviously, when you talk about that test, when we talk about that test match, every time it just puts smile on my face, because to me, I think winning in Pakistan and contributing, going open, probably one of my best performance in Test cricket.
Yeah, definitely. So now in 2007, your 5 consecutive centuries in the 5 consecutive innings, kind of what was going through your mind as well during playing those innings? I mean, by like the third century, was it kind of like that momentum that kind of got you through? Like what was going on and how did you feel after that?
See, if I take you back before those 500s, I've had
Yeah.
a disaster of Ranji Trophy season. I'd
Mm.
scored in 8 games. I'd scored 200 runs,
Okay.
and so I wasn't feeling confident at all.
Yeah.
So but Indian A team was picked before, almost at the halfway of the when the Ranji Trophy was over. So I was picked there, and there was a gap of 1 month between the Ranji Trophy finished and the India A tour. Uh, so I went into the nets and I did nothing. I was just asking someone to bowl underarms and just hitting it back to them. There was nothing
Okay.
else I was doing. I was just focusing on hitting it back to the bowler. That's the only
Yeah.
thing which I did, and I did that for a month, just doing nothing. Never played any bowlers or anything. Went
Okay.
to Zimbabwe first, and I think in Zimbabwe first inning, when I batted first time in the nets, I was feeling horrible. I was Chandrakant Pandit was the coach, and I told him, I'm not feeling confident at all. Though I was vice captain of the side, so I was going to
Mm.
play, and I was the only wicketkeeper. So I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not feeling confident at all. So he was like, you don't worry about anything, just go out there, watch the ball, and play. So I think that helped because I wasn't batting that well. I wasn't expecting myself to score runs, so there was no pressure. I got 67 in first inning, and
Mm.
then kind of it clicked off. And yes, scoring 500 was special, and it will remain special for me.
Yeah.
I remember after scoring three yeah 300 in Zimbabwe and Kenya tour, and then there was South Africa A, and I got 100 again against them. And that at somewhere in my mind there was it has to come to an end at some point of time.
Yeah.
But it was I'm glad that the hard work which I had put in and the clear thought of just going out there and performing got me to 5 consecutive hundreds.
Yeah, definitely. And then having played IPL since, the first season, 2008, how do you think IPL itself has changed over the years?
Oh, big time. I think, first year, second year, people had I don't think people had too much of idea of, planning the innings. Everyone thought that it's T20, it's just 120
Yeah,
balls. But
yeah.
once we started playing, started experiencing it, that actually there is more time than you think.
Hmm.
So, people can score like 60, 70 runs in 4, 5 overs if you have wickets in hand. So the change of method, the change of, ideas, every team has come up with their new ideas. Some of them started hitting the ball from ball one. Some of them
Yeah.
waited. Some of them said, no, let's keep wickets in hand and go for runs in the end of the overs. And same with bowlers. They would start with a part-time bowler just to make sure that couple of overs
Hmm.
gone by. So all of that the tactics have changed over the years, but it depends on team to team which tactic suited to them and they stuck to it. So say like Chennai or Mumbai,
Yeah.
their tactics were bang on with suitable to their side, and hence they got more trophies.
And then we mentioned this a little bit earlier as well, but how do you think IPL has kind of changed Indian cricket in general as well? I mean, we talked about, players getting more experience, being able to play with international players, being able to play with their own national players and everything like that. So a take on that.
A huge IPL was a huge step on Indian cricket,
Yeah.
especially on a security wise. If you look at a domestic player, if he plays throughout the domestic season, he's not going to earn as much money. But when you're playing for India, that also matters. When you're playing for India, you will earn a lot of money, and your future has been secured. But with IPL coming in, the players can actually think that there aren't only 15 players playing. There are a lot of players who can make life out of it. So security wise, financial wise, IPL made a huge difference. And as far as experience concerns with the international players, that was big. I never knew that how would Matthew Eden would think, or how Mullidharan would think as a bowler. So chatting with them, knowing how they would prepare for an international game, and for every game or every tour, just to see them, you learn a lot of things. And plus handling pressure, and how not to panic, and all sort of things which all the Indian players have learned from them. And not only, I would go a step further. Not only Indian players. There are a lot of international players who would come in to play IPL. They are not used to playing in front of huge crowd, or they aren't used to playing under so much of pressure. So no, I think IPL has contributed overall to the world cricket by how to handle pressure.
Yeah, definitely. So आपको जब going in from international cricket into IPL as well in that setting, did you have to change your game as well at all to kind of adjust to this new fast-paced cricket, with huge audiences, huge crowds?
Yeah, the crowd was never a problem. I think having played international cricket, so that wasn't an issue as far as that concerned. But I had to change my game. There is, when you're playing a T20 game, where people expect you to, score quickly, and my strength was to, score quickly in first 6 overs. So that's something which I'd worked on in my nets. When you go in the nets, you take your time. But I decided to just play as if I'm playing first ball. So if I get the first ball to hit for 4, I'm ready to do it. So that's something which I've changed to get used to the IPL format.
Okay, so my next question is, like Virat Kohli is the captain right now for India, and you did get to play under his captaincy in South Africa under the test, and you have been under his captaincy for RCB as well. So what are some differences with him as captain compared to other captains you've played under?
See, everyone has their own way of captaining the side. Saurav had different style of captaining the side. MS has a different side to stay calm and stuff. And Virat has a different way of captaining the side. He wants to be face. He wants to get player on the bullseye every time. He wants to give it 100%, and that's the kind of intensity he brings to the table, and that motivates a lot of players also. So I think Virat is more attacking captain than anyone else, but that doesn't, it's his way, and he's successful. So that works for him. And the team successful also, so that it's not only him, it's the team also winning a lot of tournaments and a lot of test matches. So that works, and it shows that team is responding to the way his leader wants the team to go. So it's great to see the way he has evolved as a captain as well.
What has been your favorite memory so far in IPL?
There are a few, a couple of titles for Mumbai Indians. I think that's been very favorite. Having in 2017 when we won that last run out, that's very fresh. That's very dear to me. Just to win an IPL, it's not an easy thing. I was highest run scorer for Mumbai Indians that year also. So that's been a favorite. And one more was last year's game against CSK, where I scored a 50 and that last ball run out. That's something people still remind me every time we talk about RCB or CSK game. So that moment is probably a favorite.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so now the 2016-17 Ranji season. So leading Gujarat to its first Ranji win, being the first captain to do that, kind of how was that feeling? How did that feel during the win? And then also we'll talk a little bit about when you went back home, kind of what was the celebration like?
See, honestly, everyone talks about 2016-17 where we won Ranji Trophy, but we started preparing for it 4 or 5 years back. We had to drop a lot of senior players and get in a lot of young players to give them security, to make sure that they are performing to best to their level. So we told a lot of players that you will be playing full season. Don't worry about your places. And everyone here knew that we had talent. It was just about making sure that they are comfortable. That's a kind of step which we had to take. And in result, we had Priyank Panchal, Jasprit Bumrah, Akshar Patel, Manpreet. A lot of players came in cluster, and I thought that security helped. And then came the 2016 season, 17 season, where and 2011-12. In fact, I thought, and as a management also, we thought we are yet not ready to win Ranji Trophy. Let's prepare a team and we would,
Yeah.
give them 4 or 5 years. So that's what we did. And then came 2016-17 where we felt that now we have team which can win Ranji Trophy.
Yeah.
So we, on the first day of the meeting, we decided that, we are not going to prepare for only 8 league games. We are going to prepare for 11 games, 8+3, the quarter
Yeah.
final, semi-final, and final. Everyone would think and everyone would talk about only how to win Ranji Trophy. So, that's the change we had made. And yes, we were successful in doing it. Coming back to the final, yes, that probably would stay as, my best memory of cricket.
Okay.
If I think as a cricketer, you want, there are two dreams. That is, one is to win Ranji Trophy and one is to play Test cricket. So
Yeah.
I played Test cricket, but I did not win Ranji Trophy. So, just to win Ranji Trophy for Gujarat after putting in so much of effort,
Mm-hmm.
making sure that helping youngsters and
Yeah.
stuff, and to win it in a way that we did, I think, it'll always be special. I feel that, all of that decisions which I took to drop seniors and try and, the few decisions which we had to take,
Yeah.
which not everyone would have liked it. So now that scoring 100 in the fourth inning, I take it as God's blessing in a way that whatever work I had put in, I've been blessed in that way that I had become man of the match and we won the Ranji Trophy.
Yeah, definitely. So how was it like going back to Gujarat, kind of, the celebrations that kind of happened as well, because the match was, I believe, in Indore. So kind of how
Yeah,
was that coming back and, obviously having that first win, it's a big deal for Gujarat as well.
it was. Honestly, see, we were flying the same day, same night back from
Okay.
Indore. It was via Bombay flight, so we landed at 4:30 in the morning, and there was
Okay.
press lined up at
Yeah.
4:30 in the morning. So it was very very sweet of them to come and cover that Ranji Trophy victory. The GCA gave us the handsome amount. Actually, BCCI gave us 2 crores, and that's a BCCI's prize money, but GCA gave us 3 crores of prize
Oh,
money. So
wow.
they, it's kind of an appreciation, which we all want, which we all felt very humbled about. And just to see at 4:30 in the morning, people,
Yeah.
waiting for us at the airport was very humbling. And the next day, I still remember there was a function at Motera Stadium where they were going to be planting a first stone of that wonderful stadium which has come up. So just for asking me to put the first stone for the Motera Stadium, which is built
Mm-hmm.
now, was
Yeah.
very humbling and felt honored that it's been done by me.
Yeah, definitely. So, you've been with Gujarat's team since the age of 17. You've also been the most successful captain as well. So who are some upcoming players you think from Gujarat, that will be kind of upcoming and will kind of maybe make it to the Indian team, or definitely people will be hearing about them?
So one's definitely knocking on the door is Priyank Panchal. He's been there and thereabout. He's scoring a lot of runs for India.
Yeah.
I feel that he's right there to play for India. He's ready to play for India. Given an opportunity, I'm sure he will do well. There's a young spinner called Siddharth Desai who's taking a lot of wickets. And, he's played for India under 23. He's played India under 19 and stuff. He's taking a lot of wickets. Roosh Kalaria, Chintan Gaja, they all have been doing well. So as I said, we have cluster of players
Yeah,
who are doing really well, and it just they probably and given an opportunity, I'm sure they will probably I'm sure do well in international cricket.
definitely. So both of my parents are from Surat, so I've never been to Ahmedabad. We only go to Surat whenever we go to India. I was just there at the beginning of this year as well. So do you have any favorite memories of playing in Surat? I mean, I know they
Yeah, a
didn't
lot
really
of
even
pride.
have, okay, yeah,
I love going to Surat. That's probably one of my favorite ground to play on. There is superb facility. I mean, if you go there, just about cricket, where there are a lot of superb facilities to play cricket.
mm-hmm.
Plus, Surat's always been very lucky for me.
Okay,
If I first time when I was called for an Indian team in a one-day game, I was in Surat, preparing for a Ranji Trophy game,
okay,
and that's when the call came in. So I had to go from Surat to Bombay by train, and then I went to Nagpur. There was other time, when I was picked up for Pakistan tour. I was same again preparing for a Ranji Trophy game in Surat in the morning. Then call came. So it was a comeback of mine in 2006. So, Surat's been very special. I love going there. The people very nice. They're always supportive. So,
Yeah.
they're always fond memories.
What's your favorite Surti food? Because Surat's known for food.
Oh, Surat, I love Surti food. I eat eggs and stuff. So that Surti gotala
Yeah.
and that locho. I love the Surti locho also. And the food's very tasty.
Mhm.
Whatever you're eating, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
I know that
Yeah.
you'll get very good food in Surat, and especially when you go on that road where everyone sits on the footpath and eats. That
Yeah.
that
Yeah. Yeah.
amuses
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that's something which is very amusing.
Yeah, I mean, the first time I went to India, it was like straight going from Mumbai to Surat, and then like Surat was obviously the first place I had experience of India. And at first, I mean, I found it very, weird, but like I got so used to it. There was also a
Yeah,
bridge. You can't go anymore, but it's like people would just go Saturday, Sunday and sit on the bridge, like on the
yeah,
footpath and stuff, and you would
yeah.
just be people. So yeah, it was really fun. Um, so, okay, so this is actually a question I think a lot of Gujaratis can relate to. So whenever you've traveled on tours, would your mom kind of pack you any snacks, or like were you known to have snacks with you? I know my mom does not let me like leave the house without paper if I'm going away. Like she'll
No,
make sure I have it.
no. Initially I used to take food with me. On first under 19 to
Yeah.
Bangladesh and everywhere else. I did take food with me. I did take thepla and khakra with me with a little bit of matcha. But I think. But now that whenever we go out on the tours, there are so many Gujaratis there. There are so many friends
Yeah.
now. They know that the Gujaratis love our food. So every time we go to England or we go to New Zealand, we go to Australia, they make sure that the
You can,
Gujarati food
yeah.
packets and snacks are ready for
Yeah.
us. So
Yeah.
that's where we're always loved everywhere we've gone in the world. I always
Yeah.
tell teammates that if Gujaratis won't be there, you will not get food. So
Yeah.
it was like that. Now the restaurants and everything has come up, but initially we used to go to houses and have dinner and stuff, and it was most of the time we used to go to Gujaratis' house.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think is the most difficult part of being a wicket keeper?
Uh, I think it's a thankless job. Even if you take 7 catches in a day, and if you drop one, people will not talk about it. Talk
Mhm.
about those 7 catches. People will only talk about that one catch
Yeah.
which you've dropped.
Yeah.
So I think that's that to me, and that's the toughest part to handle. Otherwise, I love wicket keeping. I love being in action. I love
Mhm.
being on the field. But so there is nothing which I can say that it is tough. But yeah, I feel that thankless job is something which is the
Yeah.
toughest thing.
Yeah, definitely. What is some advice you would give to young aspiring cricketers?
Uh, um, my only advice always been that there is no shortcut to hard work. You've got to just keep working hard and
Yep.
have a lot of self belief. And
Mhm.
self belief comes from the preparation. Self belief comes from the hard work you've done it. So once you've worked hard, that self belief automatically comes in you. So keep working hard. Have a lot of faith in you. There'll be times where you might not get picked, you might not get runs, but don't change your preparation method. Just keep working hard, and sooner or later you will get results. And and that's something that sounds like a cliche, but
Yeah.
only
No,
experienced
it's
players would.
important. Yeah.
Experienced players would. If when I was 16, 17, if someone would come and tell me keep working hard, sooner or later it will come true. But unless you experience it, you won't believe it. So from an experienced player, I'm telling you that it does come true.
Yeah, definitely. So now we're just going to play a quick game. It's first reaction of keepers. So I'm going to name a wicket keeper and you need to tell me your first reaction. So Adam Gilchrist,
Role model,
Kumar Sangakkara,
classy,
Nayan Mongia,
Iger,
Kiran More,
coach,
Dinesh Karthik,
very fidgety,
MS Dhoni,
calm,
Rishabh Pant.
bomb.
Okay. And now just a few questions beyond cricket. So what is your favorite Gujarati food?
My favorite Gujarati food is tingdoraનું શાક. I like handwo.
Okay.
Uh, I don't know. But if I look back, બધું જ ભાવે છે એટલે
Yeah,
everything.
same. For me, it's like I even like karela. Like I can eat any
Yeah,
Gujarati food. I'm fine with
that I
anything.
can't. That car.
No, I'm good with eating any Gujarati dish. Yeah, anything that's vegetarian, I will eat.
Yeah.
So what is the best dish you can cook?
Recently, I made palak paneer, and then I got a lot of appreciation from family.
Okay.
So I think I will put it in palak paneer. But I can cook. I'm a very good cook. I can cook everything.
Okay.
I can cook Italian. I can cook pasta and Thai curry. I'm pretty
Wow.
good at cooking. So
What is your favorite movie? All-time favorite movie?
my all-time favorite movie is Dil Chahta Hai. I
Okay.
love watching that movie time and again, a lot of times.
Are you big on watching Gujarati movies at all?
I'm not really big on Gujarati movies, but yeah, the Gujarati movies nowadays are coming up in a way.
Yeah.
The Gujarati cinema is also growing in leaps and bounds. So like watching Gujarati movies
Yeah.
in recent past, like Chillo Divas. I don't know whether
Yeah.
heard of it. Yeah,
I
that's
have, yeah.
something. Yeah, there's Love Nibhavai. There quite a few good Gujarati movies are coming up. So slowly that interest is going towards there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not big fond of it, but I did watch like my first Gujarati movie in theaters, I guess last year when I was in India. So it wasn't bad. It was
Yeah.
pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. So it is, but it's still industry. It's work in progress.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. What are some challenges you think the next generation will face?
Next generation, I think to me, if I look at now, the biggest challenge would be them is to play without crowd. Going around this COVID thing, for a recent time, I mean, at least in recent future, there won't be too many people coming to the ground. So I think that is the biggest challenge because, when you're so used to playing in front of huge crowd, trust me, it is not easy to play in empty grounds when you go and
Yeah.
play domestic
Yeah,
games.
definitely. And at that point, I mean, everyone knows what you're saying as well.
Yeah.
What is your favorite family tradition?
Favorite family tradition is to, my mom calls me every day on a match day wherever I am, whether I'm playing in Australia. So if it's 3 a.m. in the morning in India, she would call me to wish me luck. So that's my favorite. And obviously before leaving to any game or before going out of the city, she gives me that jaggery.
Huh.
So get the moment. So
Yeah.
that's been into a couple of family traditions.
Oh, that's really sweet. Okay, so lastly, just a quick rapid fire. I'll give you two choices and you just got to pick one. So jalebi or fafra?
Fafda.
Chai or coffee?
Coffee.
Call or text?
Text.
RCB or Mumbai Indians?
I'm not answering that.
I know you're still with RCB. Can't give
No. I would, yeah, I'm still with RCB, so I'll put it
Yeah.
in RCB.
Rotli or Rotla?
Rotli.
And then lastly, Akshay Kumar or Amir Khan?
Amir Khan. Amir Khan is my favorite.
Thank you so much for joining me on Quarantine with Rosh. It was such a pleasure having you.
Same here. Thank you, Roshni.
Thank you.